What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 4 and today's topic will be how to use path variable in FastAPI Python. So in the last tutorial we have seen how to use dynamic routing using some sort of variable inside your inside your URL or link, and in this tutorial we'll do a bit more with the path variable. Path variable means whatever you are actually going to use inside your URL, and that part is actually dynamic. So we have seen in that in last tutorials. If I open this thing, okay, so this is my tutorial. So this is actually path variable. Whatever is inside the curly braces, as I told you, you can use it as a dynamic variable to form your dynamic URL. So this is going to be path variable. So in this tutorial we'll see a bit more about this thing. Okay, so let me start writing the code first. So it should be from FastAPI import FastAPI. Then let me quickly give a name to my app. Should be FastAPI. Okay, and after that we're going to use app.get, and there I'll be going to use some URL. I don't know what is. Let's do it after some time. Show, and let's say we're going to use ID, and I'll be going to use return, and we're going to use, let's say, ID equals to ID. Okay, so it is going to be profile. I don't know whether I'm going to give it like, yes, this is fine, and something like that. Okay, so let's try to run this thing now. So it should be uvcon main app, port is going to be 8900. Then okay, let's run this thing. Done. So let's write profile, and let's say ID is 12. So ID is 12. So now let's do something interesting. So if you see here, ID is always going to be I want ID has to be integer, but here if you say, it is actually coming as a string. So how to make it a integer? So for that thing you have to use like this. Okay, now if you change this thing, it's become this thing. Why this is very important? For example, whatever is user ID, actually you want to add 1000, something like that. Okay, so now what will happen? So it's become 102. But if you don't use this thing, see what will happen here. See, you get something like that. Okay, and another important thing, let's say integer, and let's say it's like this. And now suppose it's supposed to be it is actually expecting an integer. Let's say now I'm writing test, so I will get an error actually. No, let's run it with test. See, if a message value is not a valid integer, type error integer, because I am actually giving instruction to my function that from path variable I should get integer, but here I am actually passing string. So that is why I'm just getting this error. So this is very important and self-explanatory here actually. So if someone is following this thing properly, he will be able to understand. So it is always an integer like this, right? So these are the things actually you should know while using or while creating your dynamic link. So link is not going to be that simple in ideal cases or actual enterprise level project. That has to be some additional logic should be there, some calculation will be there, and your return is also not going to be that simple. So that is why you have to always remember whatever actually you are expecting or whatever you are passing from your function and what is actually going to happen. So that is why I thought of creating this small intermediate tutorial in between before I going further with the fast API thing. So that is why I just created. I hope you guys understood the context behind this tutorial, why I'm creating this thing. So hopefully you guys will be able to understand and try to do some sort of homework or assignment by your own, and probably tomorrow I'll upload one more video. So in that video it will be more like easier and comfortable for all of you to start going through. Actually there is nothing new if you already knew Python. Only I'll be going to give you guys the intuition towards the framework what actually brought up by fast API. Apart from that, other things will be more or less same. Like if someone is already familiar with Django and Flux, they can go ahead and start applying all this thing to create those projects. But again, it is always fun to try something new. Okay, so enough of talking, guys. I'll close this tutorial now, but before I conclude this tutorial, I'd like to remind you guys one thing. Guys, I'm expecting some sort of feedback. I know this is a 4th tutorial, but still, if you guys are already having some sort of plan or something have in your mind that I should cover those topics first, or I should cover this sort of use cases, please feel free to write me and provide some feedback whether this tutorial is going to help you guys or not. Then actually I can adjust my future content depending on that, and try to do some sort of practice, or else you will forget. If you're not writing your own code by your own, there is no point watching my videos. Okay, so that's it, guys. Enough of talking. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.